Oh my goodness, this is heavy. It's finally here, guys. The Proper Care detailing brand. I'm very excited to unbox this with you guys. And in case you guys don't know what the Proper Care brand is, it's actually owned by Oscar over at Detail Groove, our fellow YouTuber. Covers detailing business, detailing tips and tricks, and other things on his channel. So when you have the time, make sure to check out his platform. I get to see the first versions of the current products that he has right now. And then just full disclaimer, guys, Proper Care, Detail Groove, or Oscar, nobody paid for this product. I actually bought this with my own money, including the merch that's come with it. And I wanted to show you guys the full unboxing experience as well as doing a product demo, so that way you guys get to see what it's like. Satisfying visuals, paired with some narrative commentary. So let's get started. No matter what brand or price point, having a good unboxing experience is key, as that gives you insight on how a brand tackles orders via a delivery service. So I will show you a simple top view unboxing experience along with my first reaction to everything. Just from basic observation, we can see that the package is neatly presented with branded tape, so you know what it is upon receiving. I appreciate small details like these, as it makes the package feel more special. Cutting open the seal, I am greeted with plenty of packing paper and bubble wrap for extra cushion so the products are safely delivered from the not so safe carriers and delivery drivers. Inside, I found my invoice with the order information and a thank you card hand signed by Oscar. This is really touching, as I can see that he really takes the time to thank every fan that had placed an order. Definitely keeping this in the memory book. Now, I had purchased several products, so I will mention them in no particular order. I am glad to find my smaller bottles in zip-locking bags, as that also helps protect the contents from any outside influences or prevent the product from spilling inside. Yeah, when was the last time you saw Amazon take their packaging this seriously? Now, the first product is called Everyday Car Soap, and as the name implies, it is an automotive soap to be used in any wash operations. Next up was glass cleaner, specifically ready to use, not a concentrate, so it is ready to use straight out of the bottle. Next is plastic and rubber dressing, specifically ready to use. It is a water-based dressing to condition a variety of materials. I also got some sprayer heads for the products, which is nice to include, as I had my fair share of disappointments from other brands that don't include one. And finally, the largest one in the package is a gallon of all-purpose cleaner, specifically a concentrate, so you do have to dilute this. And then another layer of packing paper. Next up was a bag-like package. It is the same order, it's just that they shipped separately. Opening the bag, I reveal a t-shirt because you know I need to rock that swag to support the Groove Squad, and I got one of the many apparel options they have. For the unboxing experience, I will give it an A+. There was plenty of plastic bubble wrap, bags, and paper filling to secure each item in place and to safely contain the products should there be a spill in or out of the box. So I am glad to report that my package had a great unboxing experience, and you should have no issue when ordering from Proper Care. Now it's time to showcase the products in action. For this demo, I will be using my vehicle as it had naturally collected the common environmental impurities through time. While far from a muddy off-road adventure, there is still enough grind to see how the products would work in a real-world test. So let's get started. Before using anything, I would need to dilute and prepare my mixtures before initiating in the detail. The soap will just go in the foam can, and the glass cleaner and dressing had their bottle caps replaced with a sprayer head. I chose a different one only because I prefer how this one atomizes. As for the all-purpose cleaner, I wanted to prepare two different mixtures, a bottle with 1:1 ratio and another with 1:4 ratio. Reason being is that I want a stronger dilution for the wheels and tires, while the other can be used for general exterior body. I would not use either ratio for the interior, and since I am only going to do an exterior wash, these two bottles are more than enough to get the job done. We can then start washing the vehicle. I will be using a variety of items and equipment, so if you are interested in what I use, everything is listed in the description and on my website, where I linked every product, tool, and equipment that I use on my own detailing sessions. If something is not listed, just comment down below and I will gladly provide the product link if available. Now back to the detail. First, I will start on the wheels and tires. I will be using the 1:1 dilution ratio for the Proper Care all-purpose cleaner to clean both wheels and tires, and a splash of the chemical in the bucket as well. There are a variety of brushes in my bucket to tackle both wheel and tire separately. Using the same 1:1 ratio, I pre-treat the surface before doing anything to see how much grime I can remove prior to contact washing. From just a couple of seconds of dwelling, we can see that a lot of the junk is indeed being softened up to be rinsed with ease. I know my vehicle does not have any glossy fancy wheels where I would need to do this step, but hopefully with this demonstration can give you insight on how this would work in your detailing sessions. After a minute or two of dwelling, the product was safely rinsed away, revealing a much cleaner surface to work on. Please note that my wheels do not have any protectants on, nor did I use any active wheel clear. I am only letting the APC do its thing and nothing else. I first started with the wheels. I sprayed some cleaner on and agitated it with the brush to get a majority of the surface area, and then with a smaller detail brush to reach into the smaller areas where the other could not. From basic observation, we can see that this product has some pretty average foaming capabilities, like it does not create shaving cream, but neither does it run flat. It is okay for the most part. Then I clean the tires. Spraying the same mixture, I agitate, and from what I can see, it does brown a bit, which is an indicator that it is indeed cleaning the rubber. I rinse the spent product and clean a small section once more to see if the first pass did the trick, and unfortunately I would have to give it another go. Now, this is not a bad representation of the product, as it had been a solid month that I had not cleaned my daily driven vehicle. Still, would have been nice to see it tackle the tires on the first pass, considering I was using this at 1:1 dilution ratio. From initial impressions, I can say that this all-purpose cleaner from Proper Care is pretty solid. If it can dissolve grease and other road films, then I am pretty certain this product should have no issue tackling the other impurities on the rest of the vehicle, interior included. If I had to give my criticism, my only feedback would be the dye intensity that is in the blend. I had never seen an all-purpose cleaner with this intensity of a dye, even when diluted. Now, I know I am being picky, as dyes usually is not an area to be overly concerned, but it does matter to me because of my history using products with such additives staining certain materials. That is all I have to say for this clear, and so far it has not stained or damaged anything during my testing. I will keep you guys updated on my social media should there be anything I have to note. Next up is to wash the vehicle. For this procedure, I will perform the following in order: a pre-wash to knock off the initial layer of dirt, follow up with an APC mixture to detail brush the intricate areas, and then wash the vehicle. This will be a laid back car wash for the most part, and nothing more. In my foam cannon, I prep my pre-wash solution using Proper Care Everyday Car Soap, and I am going to be using the 1:9 ratio, so that is 1 part product to 9 parts of water. As for the bucket solution, I am only going to be using about 1.5 gallons of water and just a squirt of soap. Giving it a gentle stir with my hand, I can feel the lubricity is at an acceptable level of slickness. And for this, I will only use 1 towel to wash the whole van, just because I can. After pouring in the soap, I will mention the fragrance. It has a sour blueberry candy smell that is oddly satisfying. Not the kind of blueberry that is like sweet like Adam's car shampoo, but more on the sour candy like fragrance. Really unique smell, I must say. Now back to the detail. To start the pre-wash, I lather the whole vehicle in the mixture and let it dwell for a minute or two. This procedure will help loosen up all of the stuck-on impurities for a safer rinse and a more effective clean prior to contact washing. From initial impressions, this soap foams very nicely at the 1:9 ratio using DI water. The foam sticks on well and does not fizz out like cheaper snow foams. The fragrance is not overwhelming, yet pleasant, and the foaming capabilities is outstanding, creating thick clumps of bubbles to cover the whole vehicle in some cleaning solution. After a minute or two, it was then time to rinse the spent product off. I am glad to report that this has an easy on and easy off rinse experience even at 1:9 ratio. I've had bad experiences with other snow foams constantly reactivating in the crevices, creating a frustrating rinse of suds that just won't go away. But with the Everyday Car Soap from Proper Care, I'm glad to report that this product does not have any of those inconveniences like other, more affordable options in the market. Next step was to thoroughly clean the intricate areas where a wash mitt would struggle. For this, I used the all-purpose cleaner from Proper Care diluted at 1:4 ratio, paired with a small detail brush primed in some soapy solution from the bucket. This method is handy and is advised for daily driving vehicles, as the high impact areas can accumulate a lot of road film and fine abrasives that would be missed and cause a swirl or two on more delicate finishes. Obviously, with my cheaply made single stage white paint on the van, I do not need to be overly cautious about the swirls, but it is a good habit to practice considering I work on other vehicles. This APC seems to be doing well on both the paint and plastics, as I did not see any discoloration on the rubber nor changes to the water beating properties, as both paint and plastics are ceramic coated. This is nice to know, as I had my fair share of cheaply made cleaners, stripping or discoloring certain materials and protectants. After brushing and rinsing the cleaner off, it was then time for the contact wash. Any remaining pre-wash solution I simply dumped into the bucket and refilled my foam cannon with a main wash solution. For that, I used 1:16 dilution ratio, which is 50 milliliters of product to 800 milliliters of water. Instead of foaming the whole vehicle, I wanted to foam in small sections just to have more manageable work area to do my analysis of the product. From basic observation, we can see that 1:16 in the foam cannon foams up very nicely and that the suds still do not fizz out quickly, even at this ratio. So from here, I just wash the vehicle like usual, and I will mention my first impressions for this contact wash. For slickness, if I had to rate it on the scale, 0 being water and 10 being my favorite soap like Kosh Chemi's GSF, I would give Everyday Car Soap from Proper Care a solid 7. I think diluting this product anymore and the lubricity would probably be too low to perform a safe wash, so I would stick with 1:10 ratio or add more soap for a solid foaming experience with plenty of lubrication to work with, especially if you are washing more delicate vehicles. This soap is pretty good from the foam to the lubrication, and funny enough even the odor. It is not overwhelming, but there is a subtle smell of blueberry sour candy in the air after foaming the car and performing the contact wash. With all of this in mind, I can confidently say you will have a solid experience with this product every day, as the name implies. See what I did there? That is all I have to say for this soap, and I will keep you guys posted on my Instagram, so make sure to follow me there for any updates if I have any. After a thorough dry, it was then time to move on to the next part of the detail, the glass cleaning procedure. I really do not have much to say since I did not have a vehicle on hand with a significant amount of residue to show a proper demo, so I will mention a couple things to give you context. Now, this glass cleaner tends to rainbow a lot, and I mean a lot, to the point where it looks like it is leaving a residue behind. It was a bit odd at first, but after a few wipes, it flashes and leaves the surface clean, so do not be alarmed if this happens to you. It performs very similar to an IPA, where it would rainbow and flash afterwards, if that helps you understand what I am talking about. The smell is pleasant. It has a clean, somewhat fruity smell to it that I am not sure how to describe it, but it smells almost exactly like DIY Detail Rinseless Wash. Glad to know that this product has a pleasant user experience, unlike other more affordable options with that caustic ammonia smell. Next up was plastic and rubber dressing from Proper Care. Now I do not have any trim that is not ceramic coated, so for this demo I will show you how the dressing looks on a dry and bare tire. I will be using this product straight as the bottle does say it is ready to use, but of course you may dilute according to your needs. I sprayed some product on the tire and my applicator pad and tried to do my best to do a clean 50-50 line so you can see the contrast with and without a dressing. It is a water-based product, so the application is really easy and a little goes a long way. It has a glossy appearance at first, and since that is not my preferred shine level, I let it sit for a minute so the dressing can soak into the rubber, and then buffed it off with a dry towel to remove any excess product. You can clearly see that the dressing from Proper Care does hydrate the tire nicely, and with my procedure resulted in a semi-matte finish. It did not feel oily and had a pleasant neutral scent that is discreet and not obnoxious. It starts off glossy at first, but of course you can tone it down the shine level by either leveling it with a towel or diluting in a separate bottle. And that is the whole detail showcasing 4 products from Proper Care. My van was far from dirty, and hopefully with the information I had provided it gives you a bit of insight on how these products would perform in your detailing sessions. Now, I will be giving my feedback of each product performed, and remember, this is an impression, not review. So let's begin. Starting with all-purpose cleaner, and as the name implies, it is a cleaner that can be used in a variety of applications. The label on the gallon has additional information about the products and instructions to follow. Since this video was primarily focused on the exterior, I stick with 2 solutions, which are 1:1 ratio for the wheels and tires, and 1:4 ratio for general use on the exterior. Based off my experiences, I would primarily use this for the exterior only because the smell is a bit rough for me to use on the interior. It is not bad. I mean, I've smelled far worse cleaners that irritate the nose, but it is not a fragrance I would prefer. I am a very picky person, and my feedback for odors should be taken very lightly, so treat this as a minor nitpick than a constructive criticism. Still, it is a great cleaner, and considering that price tag makes this valuable as it can be used in many applications throughout the vehicle. If I were to give it a score, I would rate this product a solid 7 out of 10, and I am certain for many would find this product handy if you are just starting out or want to try something different. Next up is Everyday Car Soap. It is a high foaming pH neutral soap that can be used in any car washing application every day, as the name implies. The instructions are clear and easy to understand with some recommendations to start with. For my pre-wash, I used 1:9 ratio and my main wash 1:16 ratio, so I will provide feedback for both. Both ratios foamed very nicely, especially the pre-wash mixture since it was more concentrated. My van is ceramic coated on the paint and plastics, and I can confirm that it did not alter how they performed, so the chemistry of the soap is safe to use on coated vehicles. In terms of cleaning performance, for a pH neutral soap, it did a good job removing the grime and road films. Now, for vehicles that don't have any protection and the dirt is out of control, I think spiking the soap mixture with some all-purpose cleaner can help boost the cleaning power for both pre-wash and main wash. Just make sure to not let the product dry if working outdoors. One last thing, a unique feature is that this product has a lower viscosity, which will make it easier to dilute the product in a container of water, so thank you Proper Care for going with something that is easy to work with for everyday use, as the name implies. I would rate this product a solid 9 out of 10, very nice soap with a pleasant user experience that many would find enjoyable. Next up was plastic and rubber dressing. This is a ready-to-use multi-purpose dressing to hydrate compatible materials for a clean and restored finish. There is really not much to discuss as the description and instructions are really short. It is a water-based dressing with an easy on and easy off application. When spraying the product, I did not get any tacky feel through my applicator, and the results are pretty self-explanatory. It has a medium to high gloss level on it when applying straight, but of course that is subjective to the eyes of the detailer, and if you want a lower shine, just buff the product off or dilute according to your needs. I know I did not show how it works on other plastics, but I mean, if this is how good it looks on a tire, then I am very certain it will look amazing on other types of plastics when diluted accordingly or used straight. Overall, from initial impressions, an 8 out of 10. A little goes a long way with many use cases that I will for sure use in my detailing sessions. And finally, glass cleaner. It is an alcohol-based cleaner to remove light grime and smears on the glass. It has an interesting user experience. It smells fruity, clean, very similar fragrance to DIY detail rinseless wash, so I do appreciate it smells nice. As for cleaning power, it does a good job removing marks and fingerprints. However, I will note this product does struggle a little bit in direct sunlight. Now, this can be applied to any brand, but this product in particular is a bit streaky when in the sun. This is not a negative point as this issue can be found on many well-known brands with their glass cleaners, but this is something to keep in mind on how this product works. So overall, this product gets a 7 out of 10. Just be mindful on your work area and weather conditions for optimal results. And that is my whole first impressions for the first products to launch from Proper Care by Detail Groove. It is honestly just mind-blowing how I've been following Oscar during his earlier videos with the HHR, and now that he has a shop, employees, doing PPF, vinyl, and now has his own car care lineup, that is just amazing, man, and I will gladly support Oscar as he has also helped me with my business with his videos and podcasts, so make sure to give him a follow if you're interested in growing your detailing business and operations. And that is going to be a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below for more future content like this down the road, and make sure to hit that bell icon so that way you are notified with every video that I upload. Also make sure to check out my website for all of the products I use, which will be linked over there for your convenience. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. You have a good time.